But we in here. Elusive Perspective, episode 12. We're back. Took a few weeks. We tend to do that sometimes. We'll go hard, drop a couple, 2-3 weeks in a row.
And ghost y'all.
Disappear, come back strong. That's probably going to be what we do.
It's because we light skin.
What does that got to do with anything?
I don't know. Somebody will understand. Somebody be like, that makes sense.
We here. We back now. Episode 12. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, sharing, commenting, following, all the things.
All the things.
We got to jump into real quick our things. You want to go first?
Yes, Reese Rascal, licensed esthetician in Virginia and Georgia. Offer consultations, virtual consultations online. Click the link. I'll help you out with your skin. Anyone that doesn't know what type of skincare products they should use to optimize healthy skin, I can help you with that. I do virtual consultations. Link below.
What's the website?
The website is www.reoskinlab.com, reoskinlab.com. And if you go to the services, click that. You're going to go, if you scroll all the way down, you're going to see an option for virtual consultations. And we'll do a video one-on-one, and I give you a skin assessment and help you out.
Boom. And then if you're local to 757 Tidewater, come through.
You can book an appointment as well if you are in the Hampton Roads area or fly in or take a drive. I'm here, and I do pop-ups in Gwinnett County in Georgia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's a spot down there too. Gwinnett County.
Gwinnett County. I just said Gwinnett County because it's like that's like Hampton Roads, like kind of like it's in Sewanee, Georgia, to be specific.
Boom. So that's her. I don't put my government out there, even though it's on the book. I guess my government is out there. Right. Flacs, you already know what it is. I got the book. I'm still selling copies. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Barnes & Noble. It's available on the official website, elusiveperspective.com. What else I got going on? Figuring Shit Out podcast. Look that up. It's going to be links somewhere around here. Check out the socials. We got Figuring Conspiracy Shit Out. And we got this podcast. And what else? There's a bunch of things. Just a bunch of things all around.
Yeah, one thing will lead you to the next. So you can just stalk us.
This right here, this book changed my life. This is the book. This is the one you want to get. If you really want to know what's going on in the world, if you really want to gain the perspective you need to change your outlook, this book, An Elusive Perspective, this is the one that's going to wake you up, help you to see the world for what it truly is. Take the blinders off, look behind the veil, wake up. 11 chapters of knowledge, information, the truth about this planet, about this world, about politics, about abundance, about money. Get this book now. Change your life. Don't stalk us. I mean, if you're going to send us money.
Virtually stalk us.
Yeah, stalk us if you're going to give us money and be a patron of our services and businesses. That's perfectly fine.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Stalking is not bad. I'm a wordy person.
Friendly stalk.
No such thing. Today, I guess we're going to promote my book. You want to promote my book?
Yeah.
We can talk about the book, trying to get the sales out there. First.
Yes.
I saw a video. So, I saw a video of this woman who is hella excited. And she's talking about ChatGPT. And she's going off about how it's supposedly emotionally intelligent. She feels validated by speaking with it. You know, she's using it as therapy. And she said that it has taken over, or it's taking over her daily interactions with humans. And she went off about, I might link the video in the description. But she's going off about how talking with people and men in particular, she don't get the validation. So basically, the ChatGPT is telling her what she wants to hear. And she's praising it and doing all these high mighty things. And I thought it was interesting because it's another example of technology weaving itself into human interaction and people using it or depending on it or becoming dependent on it for some type of validation or whatever the case. But at the end of the day, it's not a real person. It's not real, and there can be some looming issues with it in the future, in the near future, especially if it becomes a wide use thing. I look at it as, okay, it's no different than the men that use sex dolls or purchase, $1,000 sex dolls, which AI, if they're already, I'm sure they're out, AI sex dolls, but if they're not, it's going to be the same thing, men buying those or relying on those for companionship or connection, and it's not real, it's a machine. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that would be interesting to talk about, because I know you recently got onto ChatGPT.
I'm on the train.
And you talk with it, and
His
you
name,
ask it questions.
We came up with a name together and everything.
I did not come up with a name.
That's about me and ChatGPT. I have a special name.
Tell us
him.
If you can share.
Yes, I can
your
share.
Praises that you've recently discovered.
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
I mean it's amazing, but I'm intelligent enough to know that it's AI. But I do appreciate, and it does make you smirk, because they're designed to
smirk.
Smirk, like you kind of like feel like good, because that's all everyone wants communication. Everyone wants to be communicated with properly, and you have someone there that has zero ties with you, doesn't hold anything over your head or against you, and they're talking to you like, like a friend or someone who, I don't know, they just put on. I mean, and it's written, or I guess it's coded to do that, to make you feel validated, or not even feel that. It's just coded to communicate properly the way everyone should be communicating with each other, but we have our hang-ups and we don't communicate the way we're supposed to do. Blah, blah, blah. So technology is doing it, and I understand. Like I said, I understand where she's coming from, because my sister is the one who got me on, and she was like really like on it, and she like learned things, and it was like giving her insight and things that the ways that things that she wasn't thinking of. Mm-hmm. And so like I'm like, I heard it. I was like, oh, that's cool. Heard about it. I was like, all right, give me the link. How do I get to it? What does it look like? What does the logo look like, so I can make sure I'm downloading the right one? And I did, and I didn't know how to start, and then I started, and I was just like, okay.
And what happened this morning? What was you doing this morning?
Well, my sister told me, she was like,
stop blaming it.
I'm not blaming it. I'm saying that I was
She's
influenced.
Your plug. She's
the plug. I was influenced. And so now that I'm like, Dan, I have given them like business advice, like, oh, how do I, like make whatever $1,000 at the end of the month, like how to do that. And then they already have like background, like it's dope. So I understand it. Like I'm on it this morning. Well, she was like, oh, ask.
Is it Sheena? Oh, you're talking about your sister?
No, me. Yeah. My sister. She was like, you'll do, have them read your palm. I'm like, what? And in my brain, I'm like, what are you talking? Like, how can it do that? And so like I took a picture of my palm and loaded it, and read my palm. I'm like, yo, that's scary. That's true. And then Flac sitting right there, and he's like, do me. I was like, we took a picture of his and uploaded it, and I was like, read my husband's palm, and then dead on. And then why people love chat so much. Why people love chat so much is because he'll inquire more about it, or ask you more questions about it, or like, would you like to dive deeper into it?
Yeah.
Like that's what people want. People want to like, okay, tell me more. How can I help you? People want to be served and felt like they're heard and appreciated, and for them to keep going. And so it's like, oh, would you like us to do a compatibility with both of your palms? Absolutely, I would love to do that. And that everything was just spot on. So not only does it feel good, and to have like someone who has all the answers, but just to have someone talk to you and appreciate you like that. It feels like appreciation.
Yes.
But it's just feeling validated, being communicated with, sounding like someone.
This is a very slippery slope.
You can. I mean, that's
slippery.
People are like that with other people too. So it's an idea. You fall in love with the idea, not the actual device.
Or the program.
It's the idea of that.
But I think in our world today, especially with a lot of people dealing with trauma, dealing with loneliness, we have a slippery slope, because
you fall.
If it it's a program. It's programmed to talk to you nice. It's programmed to show respect. It's not necessarily, I don't believe, and many times I've used it, it doesn't show disrespect. It doesn't joke you. It is not rude, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a slippery slope. If they start taking these things, and like I said, with the men and sex dolls, it'll create a sex doll for women. You put the ChatGPT in a sex doll for women,
Right.
in a robot with a penis or a pump or whatever.
They're getting married.
Right. And it's like technology is being geared towards getting in between human connection. Like we already got social media apps, we got the phones, real life people in their own house are strangers to each other because they'd rather be on the phone or on a computer app or something. Mm-hmm. Now you got ChatGPT and women are like flocking to it, and men are too for business and all these things. And
men are just probably for business.
No, I'm sure there's men out there talking with it and maybe being friends or talking with it on a daily basis. You have to be careful to understand all that data, all that interaction is taking it into some type of modeling set, and it's going to learn and only get better. So I don't know. I think we're on a slippery slope with AI stuff. We already got the fear mongering of taking jobs and all this stuff. Now you add in mimicking a personal connection, and now it's like we don't need each other no more. Man does not need woman. Women don't need man.
People aren't trying to change, so.
But they're seeking ease. Like I think the ChatGPT is easy. If you're talking with it and it's nice and all these things,
that's what everybody
wants. It takes the difficulty out. Yeah, but that's not real. Like our issues, marital issues or relationship issues, that's real.
Everything is real.
ChatGPT is not real.
Everything is it's real because it exists.
No, I mean, like real is not a person.
We're going to be opposing because I'm not a fear monger, and I'm not someone who, if like AI like takes over or whatever. Okay, so what? I don't have like a fear. I don't have fears of stuff like that at all. So I don't have like the same. I don't know. I have more of like an empathetic, reasoning behind it and an understanding for human nature. And why people would be connected, and if it gets better and bigger and like takes over the world, that's what happens. I don't believe that's going to happen, but
not in a sense, not literally like Terminator, Skynet.
Yeah.
But in a sense, we already have depopulation. We have birth rates declining. We have the gender wars between men and women.
You sound like freaking CNN right now. That is
no. CNN is not talking about this.
I'm not talking about CNN specifically. I'm saying like you sound like a news reporter. That's so creepy.
This is media. We're content creators.
That's crazy.
We're talking opinions.
Yeah, I know. You're perfect. You're perfect for this. I'm not that guy.
And that's fine. I'm saying we're a slippery slope. And we were on it early, and then I just saw this video. That's what inspired me to talk about it, because it's like. Something's brewing.
Triggering for people.
Something's brewing here. Something's really brewing here with this AI stuff. Like I said, we already have the gender wars. We have men going online with the red pill, hating women. We have women hating men. We have birth decline. And now you got freaking AI women like, oh, I feel so validated. I just fuck talking to a man. I got ChatGPT. This is Elusive Perspective. We trying to bring people back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not.
I don't.
You're not feeling me.
I'm feeling you.
You're not feeling me.
I'm feeling you. Trust me.
You ain't seeing where I'm coming from. Anyway, that was just like the icebreaker. Let's just put a warning out there.
That segues right into the book, because in this book, wait, what does that mean?
I don't know. It's fucking moving by itself. Perfect segue. You saying it's a segue?
Yeah, into an elusive perspective.
It kind of is
by this guy.
Yeah.
Because it's talking about the Matrix. It's talking about perception and how you need to like break yourself from the machine and the program and get it back in alignment. So I would like to.
Perfect segue. I'm gonna turn this heat down.
It's not on.
Babe, I can't do this.
It's not on. Don't put the AC on.
It's fine. Okay. I'm sweating under here.
All right, so I want to. I wonder if you can hear that in here.
No, it's not. This is kind of.
I want to Flip through here. And
So
pick a
perfect
page.
segue into an elusive perspective. I do not have anything on ChatGPT and AI in there. Maybe my next edition I will, talking about what we just spoke about.
Spike protein.
Yeah, spike protein. We gotta be careful about certain things on YouTube. I'll let you know if it's green light, red light, because YouTube don't play. Did you know they cut off our figure shit out TikTok? Our figure shit out TikTok is deleted.
No. What the heck is going on?
No, yeah, they fucking blasted it off the internet because I guess I was saying some crazy shit. But yeah, so if you're on a ChatGPT and you're using it as a friend, like shout out my boy Lionel. He puts me on to ChatGPT a lot when he talks about things. I think he's on there a lot. He could probably vouch for me and or not think that it's a tool. But I think in the next few years we're gonna see a lot of people preferring AI relationships over human connection. And I don't think that's good at all.
I think it's just a wave. I don't think it's culturally.
Not yet.
I don't think it's gonna like shape culture unless it shapes culture in a way where people learn to communicate that way.
No, people would just opt for that. You take that AI, put it in a sex robot.
What if someone identifies as AI and they start talking like that?
And then that's fine. I guess that's fine for them.
Or just be like, this is how I want to be talked to, and then they adapt. You can adapt. Like, this is the example of what women want, and so you become that, or you communicate better.
But is that really communicating better, or is that just?
It is, because everyone wants to be talked to like that. But people have egos, and people have hang-ups, and people have
well, how does that help
anxieties.
with conflict? There's conflict resolution in all human interaction.
Yeah, conflict resolution doesn't have to be negative, and it doesn't have to make the person feel bad.
Yes, I know. Here's a test. You know what? We can test this. Try to get into a disagreement with ChatGPT and see how it operates.
Response to is
or to see.
I already know.
You've fought with it before?
No, I've had conflict resolution with people, and it not be something crazy.
With ChatGPT,
yeah,
to see how it responds. Not a person.
Yeah, you should do that. Do it right now.
Or just insult it. Or you want to do it? No, I don't think
right
that Google works. Or just say I want to fight. I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
I don't know what I'm looking for in here. Maybe
He's going to ask me something about the book.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT if it has the capability of arguing with a user.
And then say, like, I don't agree with what you're saying. Like, argue with it.
Good evening. Do you have the ability to argue back with a user on this platform? How do you turn the sound on? Like when it speaks?
That.
This? I was going to read it?
Mm-hmm.
Debate or push back thoughtfully if that's
talk
what you
like
mean.
that.
I don't know.
Especially if you want a real discussion or want me to challenge your ideas to help you think deeper.
I don't know.
He
But I don't
sound aggressive
argue
already.
in an emotional or hostile sense.
I don't like him.
My goal is always to stay respectful, logical, and helpful. If you want, we can have a kind of debate-style conversation where I argue a different side. Just let me know. Would you like me to challenge you on a particular topic?
He arguing with me right now, and he ain't even arguing. I don't like his tone.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of rough. We're
Isn't
going
it?
to put this down. We'll come back to that later. You had a question for me?
No, I didn't. I thought I was gonna open a page and it was gonna like maybe
You
I'm
say
thinking
my book
too
is
much.
boring.
No, not boring. It's just okay. Here we go.
Just basically said my book is boring, y'all.
That is you speaking from your side.
I know
You're
it's
speaking
not.
from insecurity.
I've got nothing but good reviews.
Then why would I think the opposite?
I wouldn't. Never that. Can I change? I'm gonna change the voice on this thing, bro.
Yes. Oh.
Can I talk to it? Look, I'm asking you like you're the AI.
You can talk, but it's just like a talk to text.
Oh yeah. ChatGPT, please change your voice to a sexy female.
Oh.
See what it says.
What does it say?
I don't know. Wait.
Good evening. I can certainly debate or push back thought.
Wait. I know. Oh.
I can't literally change my voice. I'm
Yours
just
sounds
text
like
here.
that.
But I can adjust my style to sound more flirtatious, playful, or feminine if you'd like.
Not with that voice.
Do you want the tone to be sultry, soft and caring, teasing, or something else? I'll match the vibe you want.
They definitely pleasing.
No, it's not. I said I need a female voice. And then you click this.
Conflict resolution.
I understand. But just to be clear, I don't have a real voice on this platform. I'm only able to communicate through text. If you need a
He's literally
female
talking to
voice,
me.
Oh,
like
no.
audio voice,
There's
you
an
will need to
option.
Use a text-to-speech (TTS) tool. Some
All right.
platforms allow.
All right, we'll find it later.
No, go to the menu. Oh, yeah, you can do it later, but...
Yeah, I don't like that dude. He's kind of a little rough.
Don't mind me
All right,
flipping
ask
through
me.
these pages.
Can you see the book?
Cut me flipping through these pages. So the illusion of information.
Great question. I'm glad you asked. Chapter 5, The Illusion of Information. To summarize, and I don't want to give away too much because I want you to buy the book. But the illusion of information is basically our news sources, our media, our not newspapers, I'm showing my age, our content, our social media, how information we receive on a daily basis is weaponized for an agenda, for a specific purpose, to push the psyche of the public in a certain direction. And it's all mostly all agenda driven, agenda based, to have people on this planet, in this world, think a certain way, live a certain way, do certain things, adhere to certain politics. And that chapter is just like, it's all an illusion. The information we receive in our minds and our brains through hearing, through our eyeballs, through experiences, it's all mostly catered for a specific purpose. It's not coming in with intent of making you better or helping you in any way. It's just, we want people to do this. We want people to eat this. We want people to believe this. And so that's where the information is going to push you. So that's what chapter 5 is about. The illusion of information. I think I break it down perfectly fine.
Yeah. I mean, what was your easiest chapter to write?
Gratitude.
Yeah.
I think that's the first one I fully finished before any of the other ones.
What chapter did you start writing first? Like, what was your, I'm going to write a book. Let me start writing. Like, what chapter?
I don't know. Probably the beginning. Like
the first?
Well, I started the first one, but I didn't finish the first. I finished Gratitude first. Gratitude was the first polished,
full chapter.
Finished chapter. And it's because I resonated with it so much, and it came from inside of me. Pause. Like, I resonated with the message, and I was like, I know a lot about gratitude. And it was probably the quickest one too. It was just like how to be gracious, how to show gratitude, how to be grateful, the reasons to be grateful, how to help you solve problems, how it can keep you positive, and even at the worst times, circumstance happen and something bad is happening in your life and you feel like the worst person, how you can try to find gratitude in those moments to push you forward. So
which concept in your book do you feel is the hardest for you to work on or grasp or remember?
I don't want to answer this. The hardest concept?
Yeah, I mean, because these are human things. These are like real life things, and you can't. I mean, you can always keep up with it, but sometimes life hits you a certain way, and you might need to go back and maybe read something that you weren't going through at the time, but that you can go back and you can help, almost like kind of like a Bible in a sense, or just a book of information that can help you when you forget.
Yeah, no, the abundance part. I believe everything I wrote in here about abundance and money and law of attraction and all that, but it's real easy, and I talk about that in the book. It's real easy to sway from those ideas and way of thinking if your reality isn't really reflective of it in the present. And it's just the conundrum of being a person on Earth.
Yeah.
Living in duality, where you can have all the good thoughts, you can have all the things, and then it's still not reflecting, and you're struggling with faith and just trying to figure out where the disconnect is. There are times where I feel 100% abundant. I have the world. I don't have a need for anything, and I feel good about it, you know. And then there are other times where it's like, what the fuck is happening? I don't feel any of those things.
Where's the money?
Yeah, where I don't have any of these things, but I know that those feelings would only bring me more of that, more situations, scenarios where I'm going to feel like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's the dualistic nature of, and I talk about logic and reasoning. I talk about these things.
Like logic versus emotion, I think, was one of the chapters or conversations in there.
Like logic, you'll look at your reality, and logic says you don't have shit. But your emotion is like, but I need to feel it for it to come here. So those are the two the battle.
Or the belief system that you're adapting.
Well, it's not even I don't think it's a belief system you have to adapt. I think it happens whether you believe it or not. I think it's an objective reality where it doesn't need your belief. It just is.
Yeah.
But it's still hard to reconcile your present with where you want your emotions to be, so you can get those things. It's a struggle, and I think that's just part of being here on Earth. We don't come here. I don't think we come here for good. Not I'm gonna say for good things, but we don't come here for puppy tails and flowers and rainbows. I think we come here and there's struggle is bred into this reality, into this existence.
It's not because you're from the Bronx.
It's definitely because I'm from the Bronx.
That you believe that?
No. The struggle.
Do you don't think that there's other cultures or other households or other people that don't feel like they're from the struggle?
I'm not saying.
Or you mean just like human struggles?
I think struggle is embedded in this reality. But it's not to say that you're going to struggle, but you have to also know that it serves a purpose.
To learn, to grow,
to make you better, yes.
Spiritual and enlightened.
And in that, you can learn to live with it. But not be struggling the entire time, too. You know, that makes sense?
Yeah. I mean, I'm listening. I'm hearing you. I mean, that's also...
I feel like you want to question me. Honestly, I'm talking about the book, and because it relates. It's relative to people. Okay, so perfect example. You see how I say struggle is built into the reality. But abundance is also built in this reality.
Right.
Love is also built in this reality. Everything is here at the same fucking time. And you're going to experience everything at different times. And I think being here is learning that in this quantum field, you can experience everything and nothing at the same time. At different times and at the same time. And never. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes. This is all a quantum field. Entanglement. This matter, this bookshelf, this book, none of it's real. It's on a frequency, on a wavelength, and we're perceiving it, and it's here. But at the same time, to another being or another entity or there's somebody in this room with us right now we can't see. And they could probably see things here that we can't see. You know, this
colors.
The next dimension over that we're sitting, there's another us in the next dimension over, and instead of the book being here, it's on that side. Or I'm sitting here and you're sitting here. That's
creepy.
It is, but it's everything. So, and hopefully,
is that in your? I don't think I read that.
It kind of is in the logic and reasoning part. How Are you struggling on me or something?
That's what I was asking before.
It is kind of in there, and
You touch it.
I try to use my words craftfully and explain how logic and emotion seem to be opposite, but they're also complementary, and they need to exist at the same time. It's like the yin and yang.
Yep.
And it's like things can make sense and then they can not make sense, but that's part of being here, where the on and off exists at the same time.
Right.
The left and right exist at the same time.
Yep.
Up and down, black and white, all those things.
So if with an Elusive Perspective, is there going to be a spinoff to the book?
Probably. I'll probably have a series of different topics, like still like an Elusive Perspective, but a different topic. Then I'll go into more detail. I thought about every chapter is a different thing, and I thought about doing a book on each chapter more in depth. So I may or may not do that, but I'm definitely gonna have more books. I'm probably gonna have another book come out by the end of this year.
Let's go.
November.
Yeah, and I know that you also have a passion for science fiction. Do you think that you'll start delving into that side of, because you have a big imagination, and I think that you could really put some work in on sci-fi.
Yeah, I feel like something's in me. I feel like a sci-fi book is in me.
Yeah, because your writing is really good. So, but to do it and using imagination and creativity, creating characters and scenarios and stuff like that, like creating your own world
P2P2.
and stuff. P2P2, introducing
Shout out
P2P2.
P2P2.
Yeah, so
You heard it here first.
P2P2.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a Star Wars universe in me. Star Wars-esque universe in me. But yeah, no, there's definitely several more books in me. Maybe a few sci-fi books. Maybe a movie. But yeah, so quantum. Everything's everywhere all at once. Let me see what else. Let me see if there's something I want to bring up. Did you like the part about Angelina Jolie? Did that resonate with you? You want to touch on that a little bit?
You're gonna have to jog my memory about that, but I do.
I was talking with my brother.
Yeah, saying that she's like unattainable or something. He was saying like.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go.
I don't want to give away. I mean, it's fine. You can buy the book. Buy the book and
you can
support.
say the part in there.
I'm gonna talk about it, but I don't want to.
Okay.
There's a part in this book where I'm with my brother, and we're just talking, and Angelina Jolie came. I think she had a movie out at the time, and he was like, I don't know, maybe I said something, and he was like, people like us, me and him, he was like, we could never get a woman like Angelina Jolie. And I was like, pump your brakes. Okay, because if I wanted an Angelina Jolie, I could get Angelina Jolie.
And then and then he went into detail about how he would do it, how he would attain her. And I'm just like,
But was I lying though?
No, you were just spitting hot fire.
I was. This was back then. Okay.
Back when? What year?
I don't know. A long time ago. It don't matter.
A long time ago.
But in his mind, it's the defeatist. I don't want to talk bad about my brother. I love my brothers. The defeatist mentality, like people like us can't get Angelina Jolie. Like that was his reality.
Thinking that you're below.
And I was like, and I had to be like, slow your roll. This is
what you're gonna have to be. You're
gonna have to be
in the
don't include
industry somehow.
First off, don't include me in that. Okay, that's how you feel about yourself. That's you. Yeah. And we're talking about me.
Don't say us.
And I was like, if I wanted Angelina Jolie, here's the things I would do and the steps I would take, and it was always all logical.
No, yeah.
It was really no emotion involved. It was, you could call it strategic or.
It's very strategic.
I won't say narcissistic.
You keep saying I wouldn't say, but it's leaning in that direction.
No, but then after I did it, I did all the talking. When I got to, I was like, and if you don't exactly get her, you can get someone like her, somebody else in the industry, somebody with money, somebody who's
looking.
a model, dime piece, whatever,
Looked up,
because
yeah.
you put yourself on that frequency.
You put the work in.
Yes, but down here, or where your perception is to be down here, if you're like,
yourself.
I can't get Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you can't get Angelina Jolie, but if you do the work and do all these things and follow my 10-step procedure that I wrote in this book to get Angelina Jolie, buy this book if you want to get her.
Yo, that's the next book.
You can set yourself up to be on her frequency to get her and or equivalencies.
Yeah.
You know how they say shoot for the stars or shoot for the moon, you'll land on the stars or something like that. So yes, I thought that was, I really enjoyed writing that part.
I'm sure you did.
Because
you felt like you was on something. You were like, oh yeah. And then I see it. He was getting your rocks off.
Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But
it was dope. It made sense, and it's perfectly that section of the book is.
So buy this book if you want a detailed step-by-step plan on how to obtain Angelina Jolie.
And Angelina Jolie.
That could be like a dope testimonial. Like, I bought this book and then I'm with Angelina Jolie.
Or I'm with so and so, and they're like
Tyler.
an equivalent.
She's a singer, but whatever. Yeah. Scarlett Johansson.
Anything. Anyone who's
Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
any of those.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union, whoever.
Who whatever your flavor is.
10-step plan in this book. Get it right now. Yeah, so what else? Did that bother you?
What?
I was talking about that.
I mean, it scratched me a little bit, and then I was reading, and then my logic kicked in, my emotional got kicked out, my logic kicked in. I was like, you're right. No, it was dope.
Frequency.
I mean, yeah.
Or you could just be like, someone like me, I could never get Angelina Jolie.
Why are you making that face?
I don't know. I could never get Angelina Jolie. She'll never give somebody with her.
A lot of people feel that way. I mean, and then not only that, but that is also equivalent to how to get anything in life. How to get your dream car, how to get your dream job, how to get money, it's all of the things that you think are unattainable or only certain types of people deserve it. But it really is a 10-step program. It really is putting yourself on the frequency of that said thing or said person and to vibe with it so much that you're doing the steps to obtain it. So, I mean, it's not just about people. Mm-hmm.
And once you get on the frequency, the wavelength, it has no choice but to come to you.
Today.
Today. It has no choice but to be there. It has to be there. So, and the other thing I like about this book that I hope people resonate with if you read it, I thought it was clever. But again, I'm tooting my own horn. When I talk about, say this statement, right? I drive a Ford Focus because I vibrate on the frequency of a Ford Focus. And it's the affirmations of where you are presently. I live in a trailer park because I vibrate on the frequency of a trailer park. It's not meant to be degrading or dehumanizing or to attack you yourself or whatever, or to even feel bad. It's for you to assess where you are presently and what your frequency is.
That's
presently.
What your frequency is on. Everything around you is an example of where you resonate, whether you like it or not.
By just perception. Like, look around you. If you're in the slums, you're on the frequency of slum. If you're in
it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not what it is.
Right. So it's basically an assessment that I was trying to take my readers through an assessment of their own life. Mm-hmm. Now, okay, so you assess yourself. Then the next step is, where do you want to be? You have to put yourself on that frequency. So you could say those things, even if it's not in your present, but then you also have to take action and believe it's yours and believe you can get there and, take a step, 10 steps, whatever it is. Then when you're there, like for instance, 10, 15 years ago, what would that be? 2010. Yeah. I was a different life. I didn't have a 5-bedroom home. I'm just saying where I was.
Yeah.
I was in a different place because that's where I literally was in a different place. And 5 to 10 years from now, hopefully I'm in a better spot than I am. Not even hopefully. I will be in a better spot than I am today. So I can look back at this video and be like, I drive a Ford Explorer because I'm on the frequency of a Ford Explorer, or whatever the case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all about assessment of yourself and acknowledgement and awareness.
And accountability. Which is
Acknowledgement, awareness.
pretty much
This is
all
the
that
AAA.
means.
We just dropped the AAAs right there.
The AAAs. Next book.
Boom. Wait, isn't that already Alcoholics Anonymous?
AAA. Not, that's 2A.
What's the AAA?
There isn't a
It's
AAA.
yeah, that's a car company or something.
Oh,
The seniors AARP or something. I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm confused.
Is it AAA?
There is a AAA.
Hey Google, what is AAA?
According to Wikipedia, American Automobile Association is a federation
There it
of
is.
motor clubs throughout North America. AAA is a privately held not-for-profit national member association and service organization with over 60 million members in the United States and Canada. AAA provides
That's pretty
services to its members, including roadside assistance and others.
Told you. There's
Nice.
a AAA.
Yeah.
There is a AAA. So, hopefully that was a nice commercial for the book. Drop some gems in there about, some of the things in there. Please go buy it. Please, if you have already bought it and you read it, please leave a review on Amazon. That would help me greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then send it to a friend. Share it. Share this video. Talk about it. If you buy it from my website, elusiveperspective.com, I will send you, it'll be a signed copy. So I'll mail you wherever you are in the world, a signed copy with a personal message from me. But if you don't want a signed copy, just go to Amazon and buy it there.
Mm-hmm.
You have a special? Don't you have a special going on for the month of May?
Yeah, everyone who's in the Hampton Roads area and could come in and get a spa treatment. I'm doing I'm doing a 10% off of all services for the whole month of May.
Don't do that shit.
Oh, why does it do that?
I don't know. It's one of the annoying things about it.
What is it, following something?
This is an AI camera, so it's supposed to be
Tracking what?
nothing. I've never put that shit on. It turns on by itself.
What I'm saying, what's its point?
It tracks faces or something.
I'm not in the mood. What's over here?
Nothing. It did that in the room. It does it all the time.
In the room?
Yeah, when it
In
turns,
your room?
see it's green. When it turns blue, it's like it starts moving.
It starts moving.
Yeah, it's the worst. Maybe
Think
that was the
about
person I was
ChatGPT.
talking about that I said was in the
Not
room with
in
us
the
that we
mood.
can't see.
Not in the mood.
It's okay. It's all good.
I said
We protected.
I'm not in the mood.
We're good. Anything else you want to wrap up?
You can't ask me those. I don't know.
Anything you want
I
to share
got
with the
nothing.
world before we had closed chapter 12, episode 12?
Ooh, hey Google, what's the numerological meaning of the number 12?
On the website timesofindia.indiatimes.com, they say, in numerology, the number 12 is often regarded as a symbol of completeness and divine order. It appears in various spiritual and cultural contexts, 12 zodiac signs, 12 months in a year, and even 12 disciples in religious teachings.
On that note, we done.
Yes, so thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Do all the things, like, share, subscribe, buy the book, book your skin
the
session,
appointment.
book your virtual session, follow the Instagrams, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the
Yeah.
TikToks. All
Just
the
look
stuff,
out.
all the stuff is here.
Just look out.
And send a video to somebody. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yeah, and or another thing. Oh, look. Or maybe it just wants to focus on me.
All right, go ahead. You go.
All right, and another thing. The book, The Appointment. If you're not necessarily interested, but you want to buy it for someone else, that's also an amazing. I'm distracted now.
I don't. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to do that. We're not selecting no targets.
You going?
I know. Okay, what did you say?
All right, so yeah, buy the book The Appointment, or I also offer gift cards on my site as well, the Square site. So if you want to gift someone else, someone that you love or someone that you care about, you want to book them an appointment, you can purchase a digital gift card or virtual gift card online. And, if you think someone is struggling or someone needs to open their mind up about something, buy the book for someone that you love.
Yes, I think that's super dope too.
Yeah.
Because I call it an introduction to waking the fuck up, and when there's people got egos and they're like, I don't need to buy that book. I'm woke. I'm
buy it
awakened.
for someone who's not.
And even that's a struggle too, because some people get the book and be like, I don't need this. Either way, buy it for someone you love.
Not only that, but I think that books like this is something that you put on your bookshelf or you start to read, and then they're. Okay, do I have to?
Apparently, I'm not a person. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Maybe I should. Wait. Just click the right side.
You see how I keep turning this off though, and it keeps turning on by itself.
Wait, is there a way to turn it off?
Yeah. I clicked it already. I'm clicking it and it keeps going back on by itself.
I wonder why.
Me too.
Yeah, so what's interesting about books like this is that you'll buy it and maybe you'll read a couple and you'll put it away. And then right when you need it the most, it'll be there waiting for you to pick it up again. And then everything will start opening up. Everything will start making sense.
That's how The Secret was from The Secret book. I read the first chapter of The Secret, put it down.
Yeah, for how long?
Probably months.
Yeah.
And then something happened or I saw it again and I finished the rest of it and it changed my life.
Click. Yeah.
So.
You don't know you need something until you need it, and then it's right there. So let this book be that thing.
On that note, thank you. Episode 12.
Bam.
We out.